Right now we're going to be multiplying two binomials together. And a binomial means that there are two parts to it. So this one has one part, two parts, that's where I get my binomial. A binomial times a binomial, and there's a short way to do this, and it's known as the FOIL method. FOIL. This one being the first term, this one being the outside term, outer terms if you will, the I being the inner terms, and L being the last terms. And what that means is the order in which we're going to multiply all of these by. So first terms, I'm going to multiply x times 3x. X times 3x gives me 3x squared. Okay. Now we got to do the outside terms. So I'm going to go x times negative 8 gives me negative 8x. The inside terms, 2 times 3 gives me 6x. And then the last terms in each one is 2 times negative 8. 2 times negative 8 gives me negative 16. Now when you do this one, now we have to determine which terms we can actually combine. And we can, remember, in order to combine the terms, they have to have the same variable and the same exponent. So this one has an x and this one has an x, but however they don't have the same exponent. This one is squared, this one just has an exponent of 1, so we can't combine those. But we notice with these two middle ones right here that we can combine those two. Okay, so that's going to give me negative 8x plus 6x gives me negative 2x. This one I can't combine with anything else. So now I just write it in order. In standard form, we write them in descending order according to their exponent. So the answer on this one would be 3x squared minus 2x minus 16. Okay? If I were to multiply these two together, that gives me my my product of those two. Alright, now let's try one more. We're using the same one again here. So we're going to go y minus 3 times 4y plus 9. Okay? My first terms here, and I erased part of that. First term, I've got y times 4y. That's going to give me 4y squared. Then I do my outer terms. This is my y times 9, gives me 9y. Remember, you're always going to write the number before the letter. That's our coefficient. Okay, now for our inner terms, negative 3 times 4y gives me negative 12y. Negative 12y. I should write like an equal sign here so we signify whether it's positive or negative. Okay, and then my last terms, negative 3 times 9 gives me negative 27. Okay, again, in order to combine these, they have to have the same variable and the same exponent. These two are the only two with the same variable and exponent. When you're doing this FOIL method, you'll notice that it's always the middle terms that you're going to be combining. Okay, so 9y minus 12y gives me a negative 3y. Now when I combine all these together, I write them in descending order according to their exponent. 4y squared minus 3y minus 27. That is my answer. That is my product when I multiply those two binomials together.